Hello guys, and welcome back to my channel. If you're new to my channel, hello and welcome to my channel. My name is Tamam. So I want to share today's story with you guys, right? Let me read it. It's not a long read. Let me read this one from BBC, okay? It says, a man has appeared in court charged with murdering his wife after the body of a woman was discovered at a home. Taiwo Abodunde, 41, was pronounced dead at the house on Exton Road in Newmarket, Suffolk, on Tuesday. Let me read it to you guys, the post that were going around that Instablog shared, right? A Nigerian man killed his wife in the UK. They relocated this year. She got a restraining order from the police, and this man still found a way to kill her. 3 children are left parentless, mother dead, father headed to a lifetime in prison. Okay, apparently this is a family member that made this other post. He said, this is to officially announce the painful exit of my dear sister, Nurse Owoeye, Taiwo, Moreni Keji, married to Abodunde David Olabumi of Ikpoti, Ekiti, according to Suffolk Police in the UK and the available document records sent to us via mail / direct conversations from the UK police. After thoroughly conducting investigations, despite being caught in the act, he, in bracket the husband, was declared the sole murderer of his wife, my sister, and for the children, they are currently being taken care of by the UK social services. On this note, I want to tell the entire members of Owoye's family to stay calm, though painful, as justice will be served on the killer in due course. So I'm just going to show you guys a few photos. That is the couple, the man and the wife. That is the two of them again, and this one is the beautiful wife. That's the wife again, and all of that. Now I want to read to you guys these comments before I say anything else. After when Instablog posted it, this person left this comment and said, I blame the woman. If he didn't buy her in Nigeria after years of marriage in Nigeria, where the law pampers family issues, then she is the one who switched up on him in abroad and make him lose it. Like, they just went abroad this year. She was too much in a hurry to... The comment was not completed. Another comment said, laugh out loud. See them. I didn't see anyone asking what the woman did. What the woman did to him. They only care about the woman's death. India Allah, Igbo language, that is mad people. So this person, see, there's nothing wrong. He say, what happened? Like, you know, okay, wait, the man killed the wife, what happened? That's different from saying, what did she do? So this person has concluded that she must have done wrong. She must have been the reason why the man had the right to end her life. You know, it's quite sad that the way our society is, unfortunately, a lot of people seem to believe that a man has the right to do whatever he likes. To the extent that he even has the right to get angry. No matter what, get angry and end the woman's life. You see, we have a society that almost treats it like once a man marries a woman, he can do what he likes. He can beat her, he can end her life, you know. She is now his property. He can do what he likes, and that's one of the problems. Another thing, let's address the aspect of women come abroad. They now go abroad. They now start doing this. They now start doing that because abroad give them too much rights. Let me correct that. Abroad does not give anybody any right. No, abroad respects people's rights. You don't give people their rights. You should respect people's rights. We don't know what happened, you know, but there's that narrative of, she's a nurse. What do you expect? All these Nigerian women that are nurses abroad. And people like to run with that narrative. Unfortunately, our women too have a role to play. We have to raise our sons to realize that you don't own a woman. You marry the woman does not make her your property. Two of you are supposed to be in a loving relationship, love and honor, respect each other, work together as a team for the marriage to work. Right? But unfortunately, in our culture, and women, let's be honest, these men are raised by men and women. Okay? So women too play that role of raising the sons differently and raising the women differently, allowing men feel like they can do what they like. A woman is, you have to be it, you have to, you know, you have to what's it called, save your marriage, you have to do that. Okay, now let's even speak about this abroad. As always, I don't want it to be unnecessarily long video. At this abroad situation, when they go abroad, let me tell you guys what I think a lot of men struggle with when they come abroad. When they come abroad, in a lot of cases, the family dynamics change. You know, the man used to be the breadwinner, and then the woman is at home, and in most cases may have house girl, houseboy, cleaner, driver, a lot of help. Maybe sister is living with them and helping or whatever. And then they go abroad where there is no help, nothing. And in some cases, the woman is even the one that is working. And a woman goes to work. For example, we don't know the story, but let's actually speak about this narrative people always like to push about Nigerian nurses abroad. A woman goes to work and works for 12, 13 hours. Go through, some people don't know what nurses go through at work. Okay? Go through all of that to deal with patients, like handle patients and all of that. You see, it's not like Nigeria where a nurse just comes and you're a boss to patients. No. Abroad, you can't talk to patients anyhow. You will lose your license. You have to, you know, there is a code of conduct that you must follow. So people are there doing all these jobs. Some patients are in pain and they can be miserable and make your life miserable because of the fact that they're in pain or whatever. And then a woman goes through all of that and then comes home to an African man that wants to say, I'm an African man. It is African way. If you must be African man, African way, what do you define abroad? Why don't you stay JJ, you're African, be doing African man? I'm not saying that's what happened in this case. So because the full story has not been out, right? But let's address this narrative that's been going around for the longest time. So I'm an African man. Stay in Africa and be an African man. Why do you go leave your territory and send yourself to exile? Well, I call it exile because it's a place that a lot of men do not want to. And you know, the funny thing is that a lot of our men, if you see a lot of our men that are married to white women, you see how they kiss these white women's feet. A lot of them will never treat a white woman the way they treat their fellow black. Treat black women. They marry a white woman and the white woman is a princess. They kiss the ground she walks on. But they can't even accord their fellow Nigerian. But when they are married to a black woman, no, they can't do that. It becomes, I'm an African man. So a woman, going back to this dynamics I'm speaking about, let's talk about cases where the woman is the only one working and the man is at home and she goes to work and works 12, 13 hours and comes home to a man that is trying to claim African man, and the man is waiting for his food to be served, and the man is waiting for her to do this, do that. But when they were in Nigeria, when he was the one working, she would do all the housework, all the children, whatever responsibility, she would do everything. She's not waiting for him to come back. So if a man is not ready to switch his mentality to say, it's different here, my wife is the one hustling, making the money, let me take this other role and play it. But some men feel it's an insult for a man to do. Do you know that there are some men that believe it's an insult for a man to wash plates? You will see them when they were in boarding house, they were washing their own plates. If they went to boarding house, they went to university, they were cooking for themselves, cleaning for themselves, or whatever, cleaning for themselves, washing their own dishes, doing everything. But the minute they marry a woman, they have married house girl. That's what some men actually want. They just want a house girl. And then they can't lift finger anymore. Because our culture says it's a woman's job and this is a man's job. Now we are even teaching women that no, to be a stay-at-home mom is not an entitlement. You cannot stay at home with your family. You need to go out there and hustle. Especially if your husband cannot sustain, your husband's income cannot sustain the family. Go out there and prove yourself to be a virtuous woman. Work hard and do that. We are now shifting the traditional male roles and say, women, you have to help. I mean, women, you have to go out there and make money too. But we are not bringing men to the so-called traditional women's roles. So that is why some of these men, they come abroad. Another area I want to speak about. A man in Nigeria, for example, that is the breadwinner. He will come home at the end of the day or the end of the week or month and say, this is the money for food money, this money, and give the woman. He gives her whatever he's going to give her for the feeding and everything. And she doesn't ask him what he does with the rest of his salary. It is his business what he does with it. The man comes and gives the woman her monthly allowance for the house, running of the house. She doesn't get involved. Whatever he does with the rest of his income is his business. But they come abroad and then the woman is the one working. A lot of men, not all, but a lot of men struggle with the fact that the woman is not bringing all the money and put it on the table and say, Oga, here is my salary. They were in Nigeria. The men, they were not submitting salaries to their wives. But somehow, when they come abroad and the woman is the breadwinner, they almost feel entitled, you know, to that income that's coming from her. Bring it. They want to know the A to Z of the money. You see, these are some of the things that cause the problem. It's a mentality problem. But there was a time one person made a video and said, you know, come abroad and see Indian men and Indian women, no matter how much they are making, whatever, they are still kini, they still honor their husband, they still da. But a Nigerian women, when they come, I have Indian friends in the nursing job that I'm doing. The ones that is the wife that came with the, you know, working visa, and their husband came to join. The husband, the husbands run the home while the women go to work. From what I have seen, they cooperate 100%. Go and do school runs and see Indian men carrying children in strollers, doing school runs, running up and down, doing everything. But you see, I shared a story here once of a lady that used to help her friend to pick up her, a lady that used to help her friend to pick up the children from school. But one day she now asked them that, when I drop you guys at your house, who is waiting for you guys at home? And they said it's their daddy. The woman said, oh, so their father is in the house. She called her friend and said, so your husband is in the house and sending me to be picking up your children. The woman cannot open mouth and send her husband a message. She cannot tell her husband to pick up children. It's like, you see, they're trying to do that, I am the man of the house, I am the, you know. So for that reason, she feels like she cannot be sending her husband a message. That was when the friend stopped helping her to collect children from school. She said, how can it be at home and I'm doing school runs for you? So it's that mentality. Why can't the focus be, are we doing well as a family? She's bringing the income, the house is running, my wife is working. Once my wife is at work, why should a man sit down, fold his hands and wait for the woman to come back and do the cleaning and do the cooking and wait, see? And you know, the interesting thing is this, a lot of these men, you know, they have daughters and they care for their daughters and they treat their daughters like princesses and everything. But they forget that that wife they are married to, is another man's princess. And they forget that if they think about it, how would you feel, or how would you want your precious daughters to be treated, you know, by their husbands when they grow up and get married? Would you like your future son-in-law to treat your daughter the way you treat your wife? Those are the questions that I think some of them never ask themselves. They don't ever ask themselves. There was a post once that was going around on Facebook. I think I shared it before, where this man said, I don't even know if it was the preacher. I don't know what he was. And he was like, men, be wise. Something, and said, the only person in your household that is not a member, that is not your blood, is your wife. And I laugh. And I said, but do they think about the fact that if you apply that logic, you know, this is why some men treat their wives like, you know, like she's not a human being, she's not my blood. They forget that if you want to apply that logic, then your mother is also not your father's blood. How would you want your mother to be viewed as an outsider in your house? As an outsider in your father's house? And then when you say the only one that is not your blood is your wife, if your wife too, the same thing. The only person that is not your wife's blood is you. Is you. You are not her blood. Her children are her blood. Marriage is more than all of those things. So, speaking about this, let me say it. You're a Nigerian man, and you are this Nigerian man that you have this mentality. Please stay in Nigeria, and have your peace. Don't go abroad. Stay in Nigeria and be doing your odogu in Nigeria. You cannot come abroad with your wife and you expect it. So let me tell you the truth, right? Let me tell you the truth. Let's be honest. The thing is, in Nigeria, no matter what a man does in a marriage, they tell a woman, they're all the same. You have to save your marriage. And the woman does not know who to run to. She does not know who to talk to. She does not know, you understand? There's no protection for women. And then a woman comes abroad. For example, I'm going to keep saying I don't know what the story is. But for the man to get to the point where he ended her life, I don't know. In most cases, it's men that have been violent before that would end somebody's life. In most cases, right? So it's possible. Okay, they say she used the restraining order on her. If you don't know what that is, it's basically saying, you know, you go to the police station and say, I fear for my life, and this man is dangerous to my life. And in most cases, they don't just grant it. The courts, the judges grant a protection order like that. And if something like that happens, there must be one or two. You can't just go and say protection order, what's it called now? All of this. There would have been other, they typically look for signs of violence or whatever. There must be evidence that shows that you actually need it before the court would approve it. So we don't know what if she has been enduring beating. You see that I'm using if, because we don't know the full story. Unlike people that are already saying she must have done. No, I'm saying what if, right? What if she has been enduring beating before in Nigeria, and then she came abroad in a country where her rights are respected by society, by the justice system, by law and everything. And then she feels like, you know what? I need a restraining order. There's nothing wrong with that. I said, why will you even do a restraining order? Why will you do restraining order on a man? Why will you not do it if you have to? Why are we speaking as if women have not been ended? Women's lives don't get ended in Nigeria. As if it's not happening. There are some women today that will be alive if they lived. Not all women, there are some women that would have been alive today if they lived. So let me end this video by saying this. Because in the comment section, this is why you should never bring Nigerian woman abroad. They don't even know what happened. All they know that this woman's life ended in the hands of her husband. And some people are saying, that's why you should not bring them abroad. You don't even know how evil the man may have been. You don't know. And they don't want to know. And they don't want to know. Now, what's it called? If you're too African, you cannot wash plates. You cannot take children to school. You don't want to help with housework. Or you are the type that believe a wife should bring her salary and hand everything over to you. Stay in Nigeria, jejeje. Stay there and enjoy your African man in Africa. Enjoy it there. Because I think that's what the problem is. They cannot respect. Let me know. I'm saying it again. Don't say they're giving them too much rights. No. Respect the rights of a woman. That's what the problem is. A lot of men don't respect women's rights in Nigeria. They don't. So they come to a foreign country where women, not just everybody's right is respected. They are struggling with it. Because they already saw a woman, as less than human, less than them, less than this, less than that. And they come to a place where the society says, no, everybody is equal. Everybody has a right. You must respect everybody's right. And they are struggling with that. Mentalities, let me tell you, my belief is, it's only a matter of time. Even in Nigeria, women's rights will be respected by fire, by force. It may not be our generation, but the generations to come, it will change. Think about how far we have come. Think about how far we have come. And then recently, a doctor was arrested for what he was doing to his female patients and the sister's niece that lived with him, and he has been jailed for life. There was a time that something like that would have been unheard of. He's a rich man, he's a well-respected man. There was a time it would have been unheard of. Things are changing. And I believe that in the generations to come, it won't be like, think about Nigeria in the next 30 years. There'll be a big difference. In the next 50 years, it will change. Nobody come here I always say it, no human being came to this life as an escort. So no man has a right to make a woman's life hell in the name of marriage. You don't have a right to do that. That is what some men are struggling with. And that is why a lot of those kind of men that refuse to change their mentalities, they come abroad, a lot of them struggle. And that is where we hear stories like this. Like I said, we don't know the full details of what happened. I'm believing that for her to get a restraining order on him granted, there must have been evidence of violence. And then, threat or evidence of violence. And secondly, for him to end her life, he must in most cases, such a man would have been a very violent man, and was probably getting away with it in Nigeria, and came abroad and realized that he can't get away with it, and he just couldn't handle the changes, and decided to go all the way. But at the end of the day, you know, he ended her life. And where is he today? He has ended his own life. Basically, that's what he has done. At the end of the day, he still didn't win. He still didn't get his way. There are consequences for his actions, because he's no longer in a country where he can do what he likes and get away with it. I don't know what your opinions are about what I've discussed. What do you think about, you know, the family dynamics when they come abroad? Do you agree that when people come abroad, men should drop all of those things, the ego and all of those things, and they're feeling too big, and be part of the household? Sweep the house, you know, sweep the house when the wife has gone to work, you know, clean, cook, and do whatever. If he's a full-time, if he's not working, do what needs to be done at home because it's teamwork? Or do you believe that even when they come abroad, a man is too big to wash plates, a man is too big to be of use to his family, you know, and all of that? I don't know. What I have shared is my opinion. Anyways, as always, whatever your opinions are, please leave them in the comment section below. With that, I'm going to say thank you for watching. Until the next time, guys. Bye-bye. Bye.